So here this is our folder. I'm using Sublime Text here. You can use NetBeans, you can use Notepad++, any editor of your choice. It's of your choice. So that is it. Okay, now let's go ahead here. So in general, I'll write my HTML code as usual. Okay, doc type HTML, HTML, head, body. So this is the general HTML code. So now let's see how we can put PHP code into our HTML code. So here I'll say title. Alright, so here I'm writing my PHP code. Okay, as I told you, PHP code should be written inside this. Now this is it. So what I do is, like, I'll say $title equal to, I'll use a string now. This is a string since it's enclosed in these. Okay, it's a string. So I'll say $title equal to Tutoslive PHP variables. Okay, I just assign this string to that. Now I have to print it. In order for it to be appeared on the browser, it should be printed. So to print title, if you do not print it, it will not appear, though the variable has the value. If you do not use echo, okay, the catch is you have to use echo to print something onto the browser. If you don't use echo and just say title, this is a mistake most of the newcomers do in PHP. What they do is, like, they feel like, okay, I have this variable, I have this string in this variable, and if I say $title, they assume that it gets printed. But remember, it should be echo. Always remember, for something to be appeared on the browser, you have to print it. Okay, so since there is a PHP code, now I'm saving this. We save it in our folder called tutoslive_php. So always remember, even though it has a HTML code in it, but it is a PHP code. We have embedded the PHP into HTML. So for that to be executed, we are supposed to give a .php extension. If you find any PHP syntax in your file, name it as a .php extension. So here I say, oops, php underscore variable.php. Alright, it got stored as a .php file. Now here in the body, okay, let's use bootstrap file, or no problem, let's use our own styling. So again, for guys who feel styling we're hearing styling for the first time, go back to the CSS classes. There are plenty of videos on CSS classes. All the classes have videos, all the classes have files. Go back there, watch them. Each video is divided into like 7 minutes width. So whatever you feel like watching it, watch it, and then come back and come back to this class or tomorrow's class. Okay, so style, that's what my style is. So here I'll say div, and here I'll write my PHP code again. Okay, now let's assume, let's put the same thing, product underscore name equal to moto g, dollar product underscore quantity is equal to 100, dollar product underscore price equal to 399.99. okay, dollar product underscore availability equal to true. Alright, I save this. So I'll give a class to it, top. So again, for those people who want to know about these classes and stuff, go back to the CSS class. So for top, I give margin top, let's say 100 pixel, and I want to give a border there, border 1 pixel, sorry, solid 1 pixel, hash hash. Okay, I want to give a width, let's say width to be 20%. Let's assume width to be 20%. And what else I want to give a background color to it. So instead I'll give background as E and the border to be black. Okay, let's see. Yeah, any questions here until now regarding the code? The code is pretty simple, straightforward. Yes, any problem in reading the code? It's pretty simple. What I'm doing is wherever I want PHP code, I do this. That is it. I just do this particular here. If I want to print them onto my browser, okay, what is the statement to be used? Now let's see how do we do that. So how do you guys do it? Just go to your control panel. The Apache is already started in my system, so if it's not started, I just stopped it. Just start it. It has started, and you have to navigate to the browser. So I'll just minimize that. So I'll move this to new tab. Okay, so localhost is my server name. Okay, the folder name is tutoslive_php. So I click enter. Now it lists all the files which is inside that. I'll say this is our file, right? So I click on it. So you see here there's nothing printed out there. That's the reason I see no output. So what I do is where is our file? I'll say height. I'll give a height to. Let's say height to be 100 pixels. Let's see. Okay, this is it. There is nothing in it because we did not print anything over there. Now let us do this. So here I'll print echo $product underscore name. Let's see. You see that? Moto G. Okay, if I do not echo it, it won't appear in the browser. That is it, as simple as that. Now what I want to do is, I don't want it to be really congested in that way. I want to style that too. So how do I style? I can give my HTML code inside PHP too. So I'll show you guys. Okay, here I'll say again a span. Okay, I'll give a class equal to, I'll say class to be product, let's say product name. Okay, and I'll say comma here. Just see that echo statement. I gave a string. I gave this as a string. This is a HTML string. Let's assume I gave a comma, and again I have to close this. So what I do is again I open this and I close the span. Now I declare a class here called product name. Since the class is product name over there, product name, what I do is I'll say margin, not margin, I'll give padding, a padding to be 10 pixel, let's say, and I want the font weight to be bold. Okay, these are all been discussed previously. Go to CSS. If you have any question, go to CSS class, navigate through them, check out all the videos. Any question, come back to the class or post it on Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/tutoslive. So here I'll say 900, whatever it is. Let's see. Alright, let's see what we got over there. Did it take it? Is there a mistake over there? Echo span, class is product name. Product name is right here. Oh, okay, it's not underscore. Okay, my convention is classes will have a hyphen actually in between them. Now it should work. You see that? Any questions here? So for the new guys, just you guys tell me, if they have to talk to you guys or not. Just tell them that they have to use a chat box and just explain them for the people. Just help them out in getting used to this tool. Okay, any questions until now, guys? Do I post another poll here to check your attention? No? Great. Oh, Okay, so let's quickly do this stuff here. So I'll give a margin to margin 10 pixel, and I would like to take out this height. I don't want that height, that will, let's see. Okay, Moto G, like such. I'll just print out everything out there, and here I'll use a BR. So I'll just copy paste. Okay, we have there, and here I say name space, and this is quantity. So for quantity I'll just give QTY, and let's print the quantity, and here I'll say space pieces, and here the price, I'll say price, and here the last is availability. And now you guys check it out. Availability, I'll say just AV. Okay, AV stands for availability. So now let's see what we got over there. So I just print it, you see here, and there's another problem here. Let's just move this name inside so that it gets well formatted. I don't want to write another class here. That's the only reason I'm moving this inside the span, so that they get formatted very well. So I'm just copying them, instead I'm cutting them actually and pasting inside. So let's see. Alright, this is fair. Right, so this is how the variables are used, and this is how PHP code inside is used inside our HTML code.